You know what? Oh, I'm cold, I'm stoned, and I just thought of something. I was sitting out on the balcony and I'm saying, okay, look at this guy. Look at that guy. He's got an old truck. He's got a new car. He's sitting drinking beer. And I say to myself, fuck, why does my mind want to worry about what everybody else is doing? But then I said to myself, like, I mean, if we took every element out of life, you know, if you take every element, I enjoy seeing what everybody else says. I says, I want to do better than that. And I'm like, nah, that's too much for me. Nah, too much for me. But I just know that there's a truth of the element that we are really not getting along together somehow. Or is it just because of the government is really separating man? Because I really don't see much of man fighting, really and truthfully. Just a couple guys. Hey guys, what are you doing over there? You want to fight? Yo, you want to make war? Oh, that's okay. How many jets you need? You know, I can make all kinds of money. But you know what? We only want to get paid in silver. If you don't want to get paid in silver and gold, then what good is war? Any war good for? Print it up! How hard is it to cut down a couple of trees and print it up? In fact, you don't need to print up the money. If you're happy with the banks holding it, you're happy with the banks holding it? Just give me a second over here. Okay, how much money you want? You want the 6 trillion. There you go. We got $6 trillion over here. Okay, no problem. Like, what the fuck, man? They're trying to get money. How can money be an aspect in this? Everybody knows in Monopoly a couple of guys are going to eat the whole thing up, and at the end, that's what it's going to be like. There is no war. This has got to go deeper than this. Just like I said, the Mediterranean, down there in the Jordan, my friends, down where the Nile River. You don't think they had Moses for a reason? Moses was born in the Nile River because something is still in the Nile River. They didn't want us to forget, otherwise they wouldn't have named him Moses. They would have given him some other name. And they wouldn't have been in Charlton Heston. That would have been Moses. It would have been somebody like Eddie Murphy. That would have been Moses instead. I can see Eddie Murphy playing Moses. Hey, Cousin! Eddie Murphy playing Moses. I mean, so can you see a colored guy playing Moses? It'd be the greatest thing in the world. It'd be the truth. As far as I heard, the people who moved upward down from Africa, the Hebrews, they weren't too white. Maybe after 400 years hanging it up there with the Pharaoh's daughter all the time. But who knows? I still got 9 pieces of paper here beside me. You want to see them? They're really bothering me. Here they are. They're things I did, and I want to redo them because it's never good enough for me. And then after I throw it out and I never get to redo it again, and then when I restart another project, I'm always doing the same things. Hey, you lips. These guys don't get along sometimes. You see the tongue? If I'm tongue twisted, okay, it's because the ideas of 2 sides of the mind are thinking to one fucking tongue. I can twist that tongue right up there, I'm telling you. You guys stop fooling around up there, okay? Okay, I'm not a retard, just bipolar, so let me live, okay? We got somebody online. Doesn't everybody see? Don't you see through my own eyes? I know you guys are connected up there. My eyes see. Hold on a second. Hey, my old hat. My old hat. My old hat. Ta-da! I was a king for a moment. But what I laugh about is because whatever everybody else sees, it doesn't matter. I'm in my world. I can't, what am I going to just change because everybody else tells me? Obviously, if somebody says, hey, why don't you do this online? Maybe I'll do it. But I think I've got my own way of seeing things. Do we all block them out? Is it our fault that some of us just are blinded to certain things. Hey, there's a lot of shit going on in the world, you know. Somehow I think when we come into life, when you reach a certain age, they should say these are the top 10 things every person must know if they're going to live on planet Earth. Okay, no one ever really told me. Okay, get a room! Okay, that's one of the things you got to do in this planet. You got to get a room. So that means the room means to repose yourself, to think back, to reflect upon what happens on things, to make you stronger in understanding, regardless of what everybody else did right or wrong. You will make yourself your own person by seeing between what everybody else sees. You take pieces and parts and we piece them together, and it becomes the unique. The unique. Well, I want to ask you a question. If you took a U, okay, and put it around my head, okay, it doesn't matter if the U goes this way or the U goes the other way. You think they're ever going to call it an N? Yeah, send me over to the end pipe. No. The end pipe? No, you can't say end. So they say the U because the U and the N look the same. So they give them the U pipe, and it from here to alpha, omega, and around becomes the U pipe. In Greek, they call it nu and mu. And the cows and the sheep, mu, meh. Raphael, 7286. I think I have spoken enough. Rather, there's never enough. I'm not up to date. I do not know what is happening with Nibiru, but I still believe that Nibiru is somehow it's a spaceship of some sort or a satellite ship of some sort. And the same thing for the dwarf star. And again, this is the period of this week of the cat and the dog. Something's going to pop up somewhere, something different, something that we don't see very often, or maybe something that only happens every couple of months because of the passing of the eclipse. This is the week. What else do I know? Syria. Oh my God, what the hell is going on there? You know what I would do? I'd get in there and I'd stand up on a big tall building and I'd say to everybody, listen, this is the way it is. We're all going to have freedom. We're all going to have shops and businesses, and we're going to grow fruits and vegetables, and you can retain your earnings, and we're going to share amongst ourselves. What would they do to me? Would that be a bad thing? I mean, that's what I see they should do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's whatever's happening there, if it's taxes or whatever it is, it's going to happen here. Don't you know how it goes? A bouncing ball that bounces from here to here to here to here to here to here to here. Okay, I've put this one to bed. What do you think? What do you think, Mr. Tackpans with the beady eye standing behind me? No one's seen Mr. Tackpans lately. Oh, there he is. There he is. There's Mr. Tackpans. Speak to the people, Mr. Tackpans. You want a cigarette? Here, smoke. Here, hold on a second. We're going to show everybody how he smokes. There you go. One puff from Mr. Tackpants. He says he may be mean and vicious, but he's actually a cute little kitten. The reason he said he looks like this, he says right now, he's on the other side. He's with the demon devils right now. That's why normally Mr. Tackpants is right here. But under the shirt, this is really Mr. Tackpants. But he's got to play both sides. But he didn't tell the other side which like when he showed up at my door, I go, holy fuck. I go, what the hell is this? I picked it up. It was pouring rain outside, and I said, Mr. Tackpants, you're dying in the rain. Well, you do know just a piece of laminated wood, it's not really real. So I found it in the garbage. Somebody threw the fucking devil out. I said, how the hell is God going to end the book without a devil? He's been telling us there's devils all over the place. It'd be like having no Santa Claus. You know what's going to happen? We're going to have a big gala, a big parade, and onto the stage is going to come Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Oh, it would be beautiful. Oh, with Beauty and the Beast, they would all be on stage with the walking trees from Harry Potter. And the trains would drive in and separate the stands, and all of a sudden you'd see the stands grow larger, and then it becomes a coliseum where it's sitting in, but you can't see it because it's all through the electronic world. And then you start to see what happens to this world, how it was pieced together, and what we actually see. These eyes, you see, these eyes. They have double vision, triple vision. They come to a V in the middle of my head. And then in the back of my head, it comes to a V on the other side. But if you had a look from upstairs, it looked like some kind of an X-ray vision. Somebody is connected to the black in our eye. I knew the black was a crook. He's in the middle of my eye and he sees everything. He's a good guy. He always sees what I like. Must have been mixed in there with the Holy Ghost. The white blood cells of the spirits and the Holy Ghost pearl of what I call the sperm. That little pearl that zigzags his head. Well, what do you think happens to the sperm when he's finished building you? He zings up to the head and he becomes the boss of the whole body. He's sitting there moving those arms and going, hey, man, now I'm the sperm and I'm in fucking control. Thank God. You know why? Because without that cap, that's the egg of the head, and it's covering the pearl. She's protecting the guy who knows more than me through the little bitty of my eye. All I know is what my brain tells me, then that's it. Can I trust my brain? Insanity and insane. They say to trust your brain, but they say, this guy's nuts. Of course I'm not nuts. You know what I really like about life? When you say the word beer, I see a bear. Because the R says AR. So I see a BR. That means I see a bee and a bear. With a beer, with one bee, I got a bee and a bear. Oh, that's pretty cool. And you can do that to all the other animals. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for camels. Anyways, okay. Enough fooling around. What can I find next to say? Absolutely nothing. I just want to tell you, I'm on the side of those who are saying the freedom. I will be one of the pillars and backbones to keep everybody hurrah. The reason why? The reason why not. Did God say to us somewhere in the Bible that most of the people believe that there should be a freedom and the rights to all equal and equal to all in singular and in unity? Not disrupting the rights from within of any other. And that's all we want, my friends. That's all we want. Then we must understand what this all means. We live in a world where money does a lot, where there's a stock market, casinos, gambling, drugs, alcohol, and freedom of speech. All of which we have certain things we don't actually need. We're a little fat and overweight. We don't understand the reality of what a buck, a dollar, what money means. We don't even know what we're here doing anymore. We always ask the question, but if we actually knew a better answer, maybe we'd do a little bit better and take more of the right choices if we understood the totality. And everybody knows the reality of the totality is life. You do the best you can for as long as you could. You harm as little people of choice, and what can't happen and what does happen, well, just does happen. And leave it go as it is, as we all must rise to the stars and go and to be into the eternal life after the passing of the law of Eve, death. It's very simple. But when it comes to business, there's certain things that we're allowed to do in little trickeries, but we can go to prison for them. So some of these laws right now are stupid because they didn't last before. They were just created because a few jealous people said, we need this law because my buddy over there doesn't have the same chance if we don't put this law in. Ah, so we put a law in, the other guy breaks the law, goes to jail. Only because one wants money. I told you, write the amount on the back of the piece of paper. Don't disrupt evolution in the context of inflation, and we'll give you $1 trillion. We'll give $1 trillion to everybody, but we will add one law for that $1 trillion. Nobody can own more than $5 million personal of anything at any time in his life. And when it comes to business, that's a complete different thing. It just obligates the business to restore. The more you restore into the society, the more the business will be allowed to give you over and above that amount. Okay? There's a lot of tricks. There's a lot of things to do. If things are wrong, we have to correct them. Either that's right or wrong, regardless if it's money or not. No one's going to pay at the end. At the end, it's just going to look a whole lot different, the structure. But the only thing it's going to do is save us, for sure. Hey man, we don't have to drive to California in the middle of the winter to pick up that fruit that we actually don't need to take out of there until the summer, and they can keep up. We have our own. I don't know. I don't know about that one. But that would be free trade, free market, right? Well, then we shouldn't be paying for the oil and the gas. These taxes are paying oils, gas, and a few other things that are mismanaged, and the money is not spent properly. It's like I said in my last video. I said they should put solar cabinets all along the highways, all over North America and all over Europe. And most of the trucks and vehicles will run off this static electricity that comes off of the solar panels on the side of the road. This is not a money-making deal. We're not born to come into this world to manipulate and destroy other people from making the money, because then it makes people in a lopsided society. That's why certain functions have to work a certain way. I mean, it's only logical. Jiminy crickets. Insanity how people don't see. And I probably only see because I'm so goddamn poor. And I feel sorry for myself a little bit, not because I'm poor, for the people who really want to make a big buck in the world, because every time somebody wants to make a big buck more and they want more, everything goes up. So there's something a little bit wrong. We're still going to have millionaires. We're still going to have millionaires. That's not the thing. But you know what? If you just remove 1 zero from the dollar and make it 10 cents, maybe it'll be more understanding. And then again, everybody knows. We probably have an overflow of money right now. If we would just take back everything from war and stop war now, we're going to have too much money. Everybody's paying like, oh, sorry, sir, the government's going to call you. You've got too much in the bank. You know what I'm saying? The minute the government banks have too much money of ours, right away a signal goes off in the internet, and everybody knows, But listen, the government fund, you know what it has to be like? It has to be like walking downtown to an Eaton Steinberg's or Starbucks and looking in the window and seeing the menu, okay? It should show every single day what's going on. Any single question, there should be nothing under the covers hidden. What, is somebody going to plot a plan? Yeah, they're coming from Russia, and they're coming to take over the penguins. Yeah, the penguins and walruses, they're all in trouble. They're coming from Russia. Watch out, Canada. Watch out. We need the army to come in. Yeah, the Iraqis are going to come in. Sure, they want to put up a corner store. They want another dépanneur. Sure, a Walmart or a 7-Eleven store on the other corner, because that Paki's going to, so the Paki comes in. What do you think a Paki's going to do? You ever see these chicks? Some of these chicks are hot, man, and they understand. They understand that love cycle. And that's weird, man. And seeing it on a different level, but too much of any level is no good. And we all like to live that high life somewhere in this world, so it's always going to be there. But I haven't been there in years. But do I like to go there? Well, sure. Later we're going to meet a couple of buddies at the restaurant. We're going to sit down and have a couple of burgers. We're going to burp and go back to bed, come home. We're going to all sleep, wake up the next morning, forget what we did the night before. Oh, sorry, I had a Coke. The sugar got to me. So where am I right now? Oh, actually, I'm nowhere. Everybody knows I'm nowhere. The last 3 comments I got, he says, when are you going to show up? He says, you're psychotic. I says, I am. I says, cool. I says, do I get a degree? I want a degree for insanity. But I'm no more different than anybody else, and I probably don't even see half as much of the totality of everybody put together. All I just know is what's not there is missing. And that counts for everything. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to give myself a point. I give myself a point. How much is that? What game have we played? 1 point? We score baseball. We play hockey. Hold on. Football. You score. How many points? 1, 2, 3, 6. Oh, look at that. But you play baseball. It's 1. I didn't get to how they score the points. But not only do they score points, but if every player, okay, hit a grand slam, that would mean there would be 3 players on the bases already. Every one of them will touch home plate twice and the 3 bases, giving it 5, 5, 5 is 15, and the batter, which would be 20. And we are in the 20 world, and that's the most we can get. But wait a second, there's another way to count this. Home plate is number 1, first base is number 2, second base is number 3, third base is number 4, home plate is number 5, A and E. Okay, when C. Okay, so now that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. It'd be a total of 15. That would be omega. So a grand slam would be omega plus the 20 would be a total of 35. Okay, and that is C, E, and H. Heck. Or hell. Anyways, yeah, I don't know why I did that to you. I screwed you up. Just anytime you see there's just so many little things. You see this here? You see this here? Outlining the I. Just follow it. Makes a 2. Outlining the I makes a 2, and on this side it'll make a 5. And then if you turn it upside down, it'll be 5, 2, 5, 2. And that's one of the Mayan count of 52. And you ever think of Tibet? Or to be better? Tibet or to be better? Did you catch what I'm saying? Tibet, okay, TI 29 is the month of February. It happens once every 4 years. It means the birth of 1/9, okay, in which is actually 2. Sometimes you're saying 1 for 2, and no, 1 to 2. I mean, from here to here is like from A to B, and then you mark A and 2 and a B. When it's not that, erase that. Anyways, Tibet and to be better means the birth of the earth. So I don't know what Tibet is or where it is, but it says the birth of the earth, the earth's tree. Because then it goes, and the reason for that, the earth's tree, part of something started in Tibet. Okay, just because I'm going to tell you, I just found it just now. What am I supposed to say? Give me 6 months till it passes through the system. Raphael 7286. Thank you very much. And thank you. That was very nice. I appreciate it. Wow, that was so cool. Oh, does the audience want to know? Oh, absolutely nothing happened. It's just my way. I just swooped in there, said what I had to say, and swooped out. That's what actually happened. Caught your attention. So for those who arrived at the 24th minute, and usually that's not more than 2 out of 100. So if you are here, I don't have any trophies to give out, but I'm with you, my brother. I'm with you. Okay, I want to go smoke my joint in the middle of a downtown, no cars downtown anymore, and it's all streets and walkways and little buses and whatever, but no more cars. I'm going to smoke a joint right next to the police station, inside the police station, smoke a joint right there. You know what I'm saying? We need a little bit more of freedom. It's not for this, and it has nothing to do with the joint, but I bring it up because everybody likes it online. But if you don't like it, well, what can I tell you? You know, I don't smoke cigars, you know, I don't beat women up, and I don't date more than 1 chick at a time. So that's what I have for my own face. I really don't drink any alcohol unless she wants me to get a little stoned. or something, and I go to bed by 2 a.m. at the latest. Usually it depends on how many video chicks I'm watching. How many flicks I'm putting online here under Mr. Tack Pans. Hey, I know you got that video cassette. Don't you dare. That was a mistake. He knows. I don't have to worry. We don't have to worry. You know that? We really don't have to worry. And if we do have to worry, we have to worry for those who we put in power. Not actually me, because I didn't vote. There's only one guy I'm going to vote for. And that's me. Will it ever happen? When I die, you'll say yes or no. Or if it did happen, then I'll probably do a video about it too. So we're going to let it go right now. Raphael, 7286, in the constellation of Pegasus, down towards Baffin Islands, Nunavut, and the North Pole. Okay, thank you.